Two mistresses of JFK died in mysterious circumstances. John F. Kennedy was quite the ladies' man. His own death is still fodder for conspiracy theorists. But the deaths of two women close to him were no less strange. The first was Marilyn Monroe. There are still debates about the extent of their relationship. Marilyn once called Jackie Kennedy. She told her she was having an affair with her husband. She wanted to marry him.
"Marilyn, you'll marry Jack. That's great."
Jackie replied,
"I'll move out, and you'll have all the problems."
Marilyn Monroe died on August 5, 1962. The last person she ever spoke to was Peter Lawford. He was Marilyn's close friend. He also happened to be JFK's brother-in-law. According to Lawford, Monroe sounded stoned. She told him,
"Say goodbye to Pat, say goodbye to the president, and say goodbye to yourself, because you're a nice guy."
So how exactly did Marilyn Monroe die? According to the coroner's report, she overdosed on Nembutal. However, no pills were found in her stomach. The coroner explained that they had digested. Her toxicology reports were never completed. For some reason, the samples were destroyed. Even the pathologist said it was negligent. Marilyn had been making a movie before she died. The film Something's Got to Give remains unreleased. She was also dating Robert F. Kennedy in secret, but he broke it off, fearing publicity. All these factors make her death even more suspicious. Yet the murder of Mary Pinchot Meyer was a lot more so. Meyer lived next door to the Kennedys. She was a wealthy socialite and a niece of the Pennsylvania governor. Her first husband worked for the CIA. Meyer met JFK at a high school dance. They began an affair after her divorce in the late 1950s. She would see JFK at the White House. Meyer always waited until Jackie left town. In October 1963, Kennedy wrote a letter to her. He invited her to visit him at home and implored,
"After all of these years, you should give me a more loving answer than that. Why don't you just say yes?"
Kennedy was assassinated the following month. Meyer stayed in Georgetown, where she had an artist studio. On October 12, 1964, she was walking down the street. Somebody shot her. Meyer died of bullet wounds. The police arrested a suspect. In just 45 minutes, he was acquitted in 1965 due to a lack of evidence. Mary Pinchot Meyer's murder has never been unsolved. The police concluded it was a random sexually motivated assault, but it was so strange that it's still being discussed. It was no drive-by shooting. Meyer took a shot to the head and one to the chest. Both were taken from a pretty long range. This was just weeks after the Warren Commission report. Meyer openly questioned its conclusions. Her phone had been bugged by the CIA. After her death, CIA counterintelligence boss James Angleton broke into her studio. He was looking for her. Angleton was caught red-handed by Mary's brother-in-law. He had also arrived to search for the diary. Yet the elusive journal has never turned up. Meyer's CIA ex-husband accepted the police theory. Almost no one else did. But this case will never be solved.